Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to round 8 of the HART Sapphire series. Today is the Career Mail match of the round, so thank you all so much for subscribing and joining us today. I am with Ava Black as my co-commentator today. Ava is a Bull Sharks midi. Ava, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Hannah?
Absolutely brilliant. So keen for the netty we've got today. You'll be playing this afternoon, of course.
Yes, I play at 7 p.m, but this is going to be a very good game to watch.
Very good. Always good to check out the oppositions in the rounds before. So today, of course, we have QUT playing off at the USC Thunder at Nissan Arena, which is the home of the Queensland Firebirds. Today is 3rd and 4th on the ladder, so both teams will be vying to stay in finals contention. Thunder especially are in 4th position, but Ava, of course, your team, the Bull Sharks, are creeping up on them.
Yes, so hopefully we can score that 4th place depending on this match today.
Of course, and that's the ladder there. So QUT 5 wins, USC 4, so it could go any way. Ava, do you have a call early on?
Look, I watched this last game in the last round, and it was an extremely tight game. So clearly QUT took the win in the end, so I think I'm going to back them again this game.
There we go, and you're exactly right. So last time these two teams faced off against each other, the score was 50-59 to QUT, so 9 points isn't a lot. It could go either way. Let's have a look at the team list now. So for QUT today, we have Alicia Adams-Dahara in goal shooter, Riley Batcheldor goal attack, Keisha Grant wing attack, Kalita Veve in centre, the captain, Kira Fitzgerald in wing defence, Danielle Taylor goal defence, and Lenora Misa in goalkeeper, with our subs Dakota Newson, Sopali Malama, Tuitama Alsop, Lily Gribble, and coached by Paula Stewart. And Ava, will you do the honours of running through the USC Thunder team?
I absolutely will. So in GS we have Annie Laurie, GA we've got Georgia Hernan, wing attack we have Binin Hunt, centre we've got Monique French, wing defence Amy Metcalf, goal defence Ashley Barnett, GK Sienna Allen, and subs on the side we've got Chloe Bingham, Brianna Martin, Tiffany Mackay, and coach is Jessica Whitford.
So today our umpires will be Cara Wennebaum, Jess Lakeman, and Nicholas Stevens as our reserve. And before we get underway, I'd like to acknowledge traditional owners of the land on which this great game is taking place, the Turrbal and Jagera people, and pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching today. So you'll see on court that QUT are wearing black armbands. Those are for Sopo's uncle who passed away back in Samoa, where her family are, so we're thinking of her today. All the best wishes for that. And Ava, I believe it's also Samoan Language Week.
Yes, I had a few words to Paula Stewart. QUT are doing great with creating that nice culture, and the girls showing a bit of what they, their background and what they do and what they learn, and it's really nice to see all the girls mixing.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course last week was Indigenous Round, so this week to celebrate Samoan culture is absolutely awesome to see from QUT. So Ava, before we get any further, I'm sure the audience are wondering, well, potentially already know who you are, but if they don't, tell me a bit about yourself, Ava.
Okay, so I'm Ava Black. I'm from the Gold Coast, but originally from Toowoomba. People know me as the road warrior because I used to travel 3 times a week to the Gold Coast for a 3-hour drive up and back.
Wow.
So evidently 6 hours in a car. So yes, I am loving the Gold Coast weather. I'm loving the new environment, and obviously can't go past my Bull Sharks team. I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're only 17, Ava.
Yes, 17 going on 18 in a week, which is exciting.
Very exciting. Have you got anything planned for the Big 18?
Well, we're in Townsville actually versing the Northern Rays, so we're staying down for the night, so maybe we'll go for a dinner or have my first drink afterwards, maybe.
Your first drink, eh?
My first drink.
There we go. So we're underway now. Binny and Hunt back in the side in wing attack here. And a familiar face, Georgia Hernan, in goal attack to work with Annie Laurie. So a very strong attacking combo for the USC Thunder today.
Yeah, it's nice to see Binny in back.
Absolutely. And there's Annie Laurie, first shot of the day. Let's see what QUT can do here. So a beautiful swing ball from Batcheldor and straight in, but a little slippery fingers it looks like. So Barnett's out today at goal defence and Sienna Allen in goalkeeper. So Ava, I believe you also have an injury update from one of your players, Maddie Ridley, who went down last week.
Our champion, Maddie Ridley, who is definitely a well-known MVP in our eyes. Unfortunately, she ruptured her ACL in our previous game last week. Our Prayers are with her as she goes and takes her surgery, but cannot wait to see her back on the court and back playing with us.
Oh, absolutely. It was heartbreaking to watch, and it was such a competitive game against the Cougars last week. So,
yeah, we ended up having 2 ACLs in that game, actually, didn't we?
yeah, Olivia Coughlin, I believe, was the other one.
She went down as well.
Really heartbreaking. So we're fingers crossed for an injury-free game today. And there's Alicia Adams-Tahara putting in QUT's first goal. So it's a bit of a slower start for QUT, but they've got the ball back in hand now. You can see the defence from the Thunder already.
Yeah, lots of pressure. There we go. There it is.
Offside, of course, but a good effort from Hunt early on just to set the pace of the game.
Great ball into Alicia there. Well shot.
And a great shot there. So 2-2. Ava's called QUT for this game, so for the sake of the game, I'm going to go Thunder.
Yeah, well, it's going to be tight either way.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially having Binion back and Chloe Bingham out. Well, will come on into the GS, I would assume.
Yeah, and she's in the wing attack bib where she's been playing for the Lightning for a couple quarters this season, so
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what she brings in that wing attack position for her regular side, the Thunder.
Yeah, a bit more flair, a bit more experience.
Absolutely, and Georgia Hernan's been a big standout.
Danielle she's been great, hasn't she? Is she from Victoria? Yeah,
yes,
that's right,
she is. They pulled her in from Vic, so not a homegrown talent, but talent nonetheless.
We love our Victorians, that's for sure, and our Bull Sharks too.
Well, it's a good time to be coming to Brizzy to play netball, of course. The lockdown in Vic, you never know what's going to happen. So
great turnover there.
So Sienna Allen will take the throw in here. Barnett holds nicely against Batcheldor. And French will move down. So, of course, USC Thunder captain Chloe Liveland is out with an ankle injury, as is Leah Woolno. So they're two big names for the Thunder that are sitting out this week. So we've got Ruby players, Brianna Martin and Tiffany Mackay playing in the team. Ava, do you know much about those two players?
Yes, I actually know them both really well. They're both in the under-19 side. Both were actually in the Queensland squad. We saw a bit with Tiffany as well. Both amazing players. I'm actually really excited to see them take the court. Hopefully they do.
Absolutely. And from QUT, no injuries so far. So their side are pretty consistent. Lily Gribble was, of course, sick a few weeks ago. But she's back on court now, on the bench so far, but I'm sure we'll see her face very soon.
Yeah, Lily's another one in our under-19s Queensland squad. It's great playing with her as well.
Yeah, so much young talent on the courts.
Exactly.
So Monique French moves it down to Georgia Hernan. They're struggling to get it in the circle right now, so they move back to Barnett. And a contact call on Misa will make this easy, but a great contest from Danielle Taylor.
Great hands over from Halida there. Wow.
And of course, speaking of Halida, Ava, you were telling me before we started on air how much of a role model she was for you as a younger player. You grew up watching her?
Yeah, definitely. I just remember the first year of the Sapphire series, watching her play and thinking, wow, that's exactly who I want to be like. And how crazy it is to now be playing against her in the same league. But yeah, no, definitely in my eyes, one to look out for.
Yeah, how wonderful. And of course, with two little boys herself, she can do it all.
Yeah, what an inspiration, being a mum too. QUT have a few too.
They absolutely do. So QUT bring the ball down. Monique French gets a hand on it, but QUT will get the throw in here. They've slipped behind by 2.
Great pressure from both teams here, defensively.
Yeah, and that's a great replay from Lenora Misa getting that rebound. So her team have converted it for her. 3-4 now to the Thunder. So Keisha Grant, the defense of the Thunder is really intense right now, but they've got it down to Adams-Tahara. And there we go, 4-all. So Biddy and Hunt out at wing attack. There's a lot of hands from QUT.
They're struggling a bit on that second phase there, Thunder. The reset option that is there though, which is good.
So French looks in. Oh, and slippery fingers from Laurie. An unfortunate error. It looked like the pass was pretty accurate, but for whatever reason. So Danielle Taylor works it down to Grant. Quick hands from Batcheldor.
So much speed.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what the QUT side need right now. A little bit more speed because Thunder's defense is very one-on-one, so the faster they can get it down, the easier they'll catch them off guard. And of course, QUT centre pass now. So Grant's having to look back. Again, those hands from the Thunder are making it really difficult. Somehow Alicia Adams-Dahara keeps that in.
That was great play.
Feeds it off to Batcheldor. And it's 6-4 now. The Thunder's transition is lightning fast. And there's Georgia Hernan. Only played a few games with the side, but doesn't she look at home in the blue and yellow?
Very impressive. So much experience and patience with Halida and Keisha in that middle.
Yeah, they're absolutely a great combination. Having a few older players really brings a settling element to the younger ones.
Definitely, being a younger player, it's almost so efficient when they just stop the play down every now and then.
Oh, and a great feed in, but I think we've had a footwork call there. The Thunder are very happy about that in the sideline. And
Great swing.
Another one from Georgia Hernan. There she goes. So both teams are working really hard to stay in it. Possession's pretty even, but they're both converting off each other's centre passes, which is pretty interesting. Oh, big hands from Halida. Oh, what a fantastic turnover there for the QUT side. Batcheldor works it in closer. That was a matter of seconds, that conversion there.
Great play from QUT there.
So Keisha Grant works to Batcheldor, who swings it straight into Adams-Dahara. They're looking like a very well-oiled machine right now, QUT. So it'll be interesting to see whether Thunder stick with a more consistent side. With injuries and players in and out, they've had to shuffle around their positions on the court. Ava, do you expect to see a pretty consistent 7 today?
I do. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Chloe Bingham comes on soon as the GS, just to have that holding shooter in the back, with possibly Annie or Georgia in the front. They're both doing exceptional, but I think they will stay consistent with their defensive sides, both teams.
Absolutely, and of course the Thunder have 4 really strong shooters on the court today, so...
Which is even better, hey? You've got them 4 all in the same lineup.
Jessica definitely has some tough decisions to make today with who steps on the court. Of course, USC Thunder trailing by 2 right now. Ashley Barnett pulls that one in for them.
We're just struggling with this second phase here to get it down, link in with our attackers.
So Danielle Taylor gets a hand on it, so it'll be a throw in for the Thunder. And Lenora Misa, she gets close, but Annie Laurie holds well and puts another one away.
Great shot there by Annie.
And Adams-Dahara a little bit further out than usual, but she'll have confidence. And a great shot there. So it's 10-8 to QUT. So Ava, you're of course the reigning Katie Walker medalist, and you told me before that you're studying business at Bond on a scholarship.
Yes, I am. I always get surprised when people say that from last year, but I think it was such a shock to me being so young and having my first year in the actual Sapphire series in the Div 1, but yeah, still to this day quite flattered about it.
Yeah, how humble. I love that. Of course, they're very exciting for the Bond Bull Sharks. I remember we entered the season and I guess People were saying you're a young team, a developing team, but you've improved the team from round 1 to now so much.
Yeah.
Certainly in finals contention.
Yeah, no, we try not to use the word young, as you would know. We like to use the word developing.
Developing, absolutely.
Just so much speed and youth in the team that it'll be nice to see where we head in a couple of years.
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah, there's so much potential. Watching you last week, just knowing how young, developing you all are.
Developing you are, yes.
It's just so exciting to see what this team will be able to do the more you play with each other.
Yeah, just keep us all together and should be very good in a few years.
So you are a Gold Coast team. Do most of the girls live down at the Goldie?
Yeah, majority are in the Gold Coast area. We have a few that drive from Brisbane. Actually, quite a few. We've got Emily Gilbert and Tiani in Brisbane for the Sapphires, but they do really well with holding that drive and, you know, all the travelling. And, of course, majority of the team works full-time hours and everything during the day, so everyone's pretty consistent and pretty good with organising, preparing.
Yeah, when you're at this level, the Sapphire, you're kind of one step away from, you know, full-time netball. So it's so incredible how much commitment our girls put in because, of course, you only train part-time. So when you're on the court, you really give it your all. Batcheldor gets the rebound there, but she's had a contact call against her.
Yeah.
I did think she had two hands to it first, but Jess Lakeman, of course, very experienced, feels otherwise. Oh,
The leader.
huge hands from Halida again. She's working so hard to keep her team in this when calls potentially don't go their way.
Great contest there from Ash Barnett.
It was. I could sense that Batcheldor was a little bit timid on that rebound there. Probably didn't want to get the call again, which is very smart play from her. So they've stayed in play, kept it clean, and they'll be rewarded for that by this throw-in. So they move back to Taylor. Veve, I think a bit of a miscommunication there.
A bit of miscommunication there. That's one thing is mid-quarters. We either see it and we give it, or we miss it and our shooters aren't watching.
Do you have a trick for that? Like, do you try and maintain eye contact, or like, what's the trick for emerging middies there?
To be honest, I'm still trying to figure that one out. But yeah, usually it comes down to eye contact and where the defenders are. But
yeah,
the fakes are just so important
there
for yourself as well.
Yep.
Don't give that one.
So there we go. If you're an emerging midi, practicing your fakes is obviously important. So Batcheldor swings to Grant. And there's been a contact call against Sienna Allen here, so Batcheldor usually looks comfortable at this distance. She's had a few misses here.
Great drive there from Thunder.
Of course, we can see Sopo on the sideline there warming up on the bike, so I'm expecting to see her potentially go on for Batcheldor just while she settles into her shooting a bit. So a throw in here for Lenora Misa. Great D from Binny and Hunt.
Awesome. Oh, there was almost 3 defenders coming in for that ball.
It was a very accurate pass. You can see Grant, bit of a smile on the face. She probably couldn't quite believe that one. Went straight to her.
Great tip there.
And unfortunately for the QT, they can't convert on that one, so the Thunder need this one to stay close. Oh, great patience from Binny and Hunt there. She's looking really comfortable in that wing attack position. And
3 exactly to go, they'll hold that.
so it'll be a Thunder centre pass. There we go, end of first quarter, QUT 13 to USC Thunder 11, 2 the difference, so both teams are absolutely within it. Ava, let's talk changes in the lineups. Would you make any changes if you were the coach?
I think QUT should definitely stay with what they've got for now. They're clearly pushing out really well and nice and strong. I wouldn't be surprised if Thunder make a few changes. towards their attacking end, possibly maybe swinging their shooters around or trying something different. I think they're just struggling with that connection there from the goal defence and the wing defence downwards on. But whether they just need to settle into the game a bit more, you know.
Yeah, I think that both teams in this game really just need to grind it out. So we'll be back in a few moments after an ad from one of our sponsors.
As a small-town girl from a tight-knit family, I was nervous about moving to the city to study at QUT. But I soon found my feet, thanks in part to the Uchiru unit, who help Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students like me adapt and thrive. At QUT, I've taken every opportunity that's come my way and was named the Queensland Law Society's First Nations Law Student of the Year. It's been a challenging journey, and QUT is helping me succeed.
Welcome back to round 8 of the HART Sapphire series. I'm here with Ava Black in commentary, and we're commentating QUT versus Thunder. QUT are up by 2. It's a cracking match so far, very close between the two teams. Ava, how's it been so far? First time in commentary?
Yes, it's actually, the experience has been great so far. Very new, but I'm loving it so far. But yeah, great game. I think they'll keep at it between 2 points for most of this game.
Absolutely. And while the players are chatting it out, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, HART Sport, Legassic, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade, Bondi Vite, and Strapid. And like always, our broadcast is brought to you by Double Take Sports. And throughout the day for results, catch-ups, insights, you can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for all the replays at Sapphire Series Netball. And of course, sapphireseriesnetball.com.au for all tickets. So we'd love to see more fans in the crowd. It's such an experience coming here live. Make sure you get tickets to Ava's game at 7 p.m. here. Still plenty of time to organise that. Saturday night plans. There you go. How are you feeling about the game, Ava?
I'm really excited. Tigers always puts up a really good match with us. Our last game was so tight. You know, we were down for most of the game and then came back. So very exciting. It'll be a good contest from both teams.
Oh, absolutely.
Thunder looking a bit more settled here.
Yeah, they're down by 2, so they'll need to stay within it. Of course, the bonus points are occurring each quarter, so they'll want to score that this time. Annie Laurie puts it up. A great shot from her. So no changes from either side, as expected. And Danielle Taylor helps out on the transverse there.
Oh, great ball.
They obviously caught Ash Barnett off guard on the floor there. So Binion Hunt comes out and moves it back to French. Danielle Taylor takes excellent front space. But
great tip in there by Amy. Oh, and there it's back from Rue.
Great hustle from QUT there. A lot of great defensive action. So another centre for QUT here. They won the last matchup by 9. It's looking a lot closer this time though.
Yeah, great pressure from Sienna there.
So Amy Metcalf swings it across court.
QUT are doing a really nice job at clogging up that whole middle channel there.
Yeah, it's certainly making it hard for the Thunder to bring it down. They've got a lot of options going, which is keeping them in it. And Hunt on the top of the circle. We've got a call against Misa here, but Hernan wants to bring it in closer. Tell you what, QUT are making this very difficult for the Thunder right now. Annie Laurie with another one for the USC Thunder. So it's Thunder Centre. 14 all. Sorry, 15-13. Our score seems to differ from the one here at Nissen.
Oh, there we go. 15-13 on the score now.
Oh, and another great high shot from Laurie. So 14-15 now. They're only one away.
Yeah, that's the thing about Annie Laurie. She's well known for her accuracy.
There we
Great
go.
work there.
Batchelder puts her hand up for teammate Adams Tahara. She's had a great game so far. Very accurate. So you can see Annie Laurie calling there, but her teammates know that with Misa by her side, you can't stay complacent. So there's Misa.
Oh, Bidian, great turnover.
Yeah, so many turners from our attacking players today.
And majority from hands-on over the ball, which is good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So both teams probably need to look at that. It's a throw in for the USC Thunder. And there we go, a little pop out from Hernan. And a great finish from her. So they still trail by one. QUT bring it down to their end. Danielle Taylor's been, oh sorry, that's Vivian Fitzpatrick. No, not Vivian. Kira. There's too many Fitzpatricks in this league.
There is, isn't there?
Kira Fitzgerald, sorry everyone, I completely messed up that name. And Adams Tahara puts up another one. So today is, of course, our Courier Mail match of the round. And there's plenty of write-ups on the QUT website now, all about the Sapphire.
Thunder have just got some loose balls here. They're going to work hard to get this back.
So Batchelder comes out high. And her leader too fast for her own good sometimes. The ball just trails out. And there's Barnett, works
There
it over. Oh. How good has Helita Veve been today?
Yeah, defensively and attacking wise. I try not to be biased with her, but I am a fan.
Oh, it's easy to be a fan of Helita, isn't it? Does a lot of work, a very well-earned captain position
Definitely.
there. So contact against Allen leaves Adams Tahara. She passes off to
fast ball
Batchelder.
there.
So a little fake from Batchelder. Oh, and the placement on that one, it almost went to the hands of Sienna Allen, but had her eyes down.
Yeah, Alicia did really well with going strong up there in the air then.
Yeah, and that's what she's good at. She holds until the very last second. An untouched ball here from the Thunder. Definitely a miscommunication, unsure why. So Veve will bring this down to her team. And Batchelder goes from long. What a shot!
Long bomb.
And I'm unsurprised by the timeout there from the Thunder after that shot from Batchelder.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd have to agree with their timeout. They seem a bit frazzled with getting that ball down.
Yeah, so let's see. We've got a camera nearby. Let's see if we can hear what Jessica will be saying to the team.
Remember that? Yeah. That thing, just let it collapse first.
Okay.
It's not even going
Okay.
anyway.
Yep.
They're doing a zone. They're doing it both on CPA and through court defence.
Yep.
And we're just sitting in it and we're getting ourselves pushed wide. We're actually running to the outside of it. We're running away from it. Someone's got to be determined to do the pre-loop and get on the front of the body.
Find the body.
Chip it away. Find the body. Find the front ball. Don't just hope. Yeah. Don't sit. We can't just sit. We can't just sit. We can't just run away and hide in it. Someone's got to be accountable to go through. Someone can drive hard, but someone's got to pop and be that front screen. They are, and we're giving it to them. Yeah, we're letting them have it, and we're giving them exactly what they want. Play our game. Don't get pushed wide. Hold your position on CPA. Don't let them push you. Just no, we're not going to do it. Get an inside screen if you need to, but we're letting them push us, and we can't let that happen.
So that's Jessica Whitford. She feels the team are kind of letting QUT push them around a bit, Ava. What did you make of that as our netball expert today?
They're really strong words from Jessica Whitford. I'd have to agree with what she's saying. QUT are doing really well with that zone and pushing them wide. I know for us, we do the zone as well in our Bull Sharks, and to play against it, it's definitely to take it short and up the middle. The long and wide is what they want.
Absolutely. So we've had a change. Mackay is taking court as wing defence. That's Tiffany from the Ruby team. So they'll be hoping to see a change. Fresh legs on the court. So far, any of the Ruby players I've seen take court have made an excellent impact. Of course, teams aren't really used to coming up against the Ruby girls as much, so I think it brings an element of surprise there.
Yeah, it's definitely something different, and a lot of the time it's unique players as well.
So QUT have got the turnover here. The Thunder, if QUT take this, and Batchelor does, so they're slipping away here, 7 away. I can see Chloe Bingham in the distance putting on a bib. Ava, would you say that'll make a difference here?
I do think so. I think having that strong holding shooter in the back will at least be a target if it's not given every time.
Of course, and it's clearly working for QUT with Adam Stahara under the post there.
Definitely, and accuracy from both goal shooters here is going to be phenomenal.
So the Thunder, Alida Veve is working so hard for her side right now. A beautiful intercept and a flawless pass into Adam Stahara. I sure hope that goes on a highlight reel.
I think we will definitely see that on a highlight reel.
Absolutely. We've talked her up this game, and she is giving us everything we're after.
She's making us look good, that's for sure.
Certainly is. So here's Grant. Pops it into Batchelor. The combination of Batchelor and Adam Stahara is really working well.
Yeah, I love that Riley's not afraid to just give that long ball all the way in.
And there we go, Danielle Taylor, big arms again. Something that QUT are just nailing today is arms over.
The stepping call there, was it?
Yes, coach killer. So Biddy and Hunt, there we go. Chloe Bingham in the goal shooter position. She's a great accurate shooter. And a combination that Laurie is probably more familiar with. So that's a Mizuno momentum shift.
I think it will settle the mid-court feeders too for Thunder, having Chloe in there. You know, bit of touch on the pass and just having that nice strong build.
Absolutely. So QUT are 10 away now. So the Thunder, they've got some new players on. They're going to have to make this work for them if they want to stay in this game.
Especially having Binny and Annie now in the front there, doing majority of the work.
Oh, and there we go. Chloe Bingham under the post. She steps on and does her job really well. So Tiffany Mackay from the Ruby side working hard against Keisha Grant.
Oh.
But Adam Stahara has been on fire today. And Batchelor loves a long distance shot. Could see Barnett's not happy with that from herself. So 10 is the distance still.
Yeah, Alicia and Riley at the moment just dominating that circle down there in that QUT end.
Oh, they absolutely are.
You can see we've got young Dakota coming here on the sub line.
Oh, there we go. I love to see it. She is such a fantastic player for only 15 years.
Yeah, her footwork is phenomenal, the speed and agility.
So QUT are looking really dominant in their second quarter here. This will put them nicely ahead for the second half of the game. Look at Dakota Newson. So fast, but they're staying steady here, QUT. Ooh, a late contact from Annie Laurie. So Halida feeds in to Batchelor. We've got it.
There.
Do we know who the caution was to?
Yeah, I think that went to Tiffany there, that one. Thunder have done well to turn that ball over there. The speed from Monique French too in that Thunder centre position.
Oh, and Lenora Mesa, a great effort from her. Unlucky that it landed on her foot, but great hustle from the goalkeeper. A good rebound.
Yeah.
And that's what Chloe Bingham is really good at as well, is putting herself under the post for the rebound.
And having that extra height there too. It's always handy.
So Brianna Martin has stepped on here in the wing defence position. She's taken off Tiffany Mackay. Probably a good decision given the caution. Of course,
yeah, this will be their third wing defence on for the game now. So they're clearly trying to put a bit more pressure on Keisha and shut down that attacking end, that flow.
I tell you, yeah, it's a huge compliment to Keisha Grant though.
Definitely.
When you have three different players against you, I mean, of course, Dakota Newson's on now, but you know the fact that both girls are. Keisha and Dakota doing such a great job. So Keisha Grant's in the centre position now. Her leader's come off. We saw her with a bit of a stinger before, so I'd say she's just come off to check on that injury, make sure everything's fine, have a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I know as a centre, sometimes you only need a few minutes off just to catch your breath. She'll be back on. We'll see her again.
Ava, I've got to say, when I watch you play in particular, I feel like a lot of work goes on when you're off the bench as in when you're on, because I notice that when you come on court, often that's when the best magic happens.
Well, I know whenever I'm off, I'm firing and I'm busting to get on. So half of that would be adrenaline.
Yeah, I love to hear it.
Yeah, a lot of us younger players, we're just so excited to be there half the time. And
yeah, of course.
Getting on the court and performing, especially with your team and doing what you love, that's the best part of it.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, you've got so many great middies in the Bull Sharks. So a bit of healthy competition didn't hurt anybody.
Exactly. Well, it all pushes us and we all push each other, and it's great knowing that if you're off and someone else is on, everybody's doing their job. And
absolutely. So here's the Thunder. Annie Laurie, they're still tied up at 10. So
Laura putting great pressure on the shot there on that jump.
Good backup support from Bingham, but Lenora Misa, she's not one of the tallest in that circle, but her elevation.
Elevation, that is one we're told to as a opposition player to watch out for that.
So there's Bacheldor, puts it up. She's looking confident in her shooting today. So just over a minute to go. QUT have really taken things away, and Adams Dahara has been a huge standout under that post.
Yeah, to pull that one in when it was going clearly over the back, that was great.
Yeah, I think she's one of those players that are so reliable in that, you know, even when she gets those passes that are probably a little bit too high, she just manages to make it work.
Yeah, it's settling for Dakota too, being younger and having that ball, knowing if it's too high, if it's too low, that she's got the ability to get it for her.
Oh, absolutely. It's the perfect shooter to kind of learn off when you're feeding. So we've got a throw in here.
Nora had a great tip on that, but her foot was out.
So the Thunder have got 30 seconds. Got a great angle here at the physicality in that circle. And USC Thunder put it away. So the speed of QUT right now, they've got 10 seconds to put it away.
Well done to Brie there.
And a great intercept there from the Thunder. So they're under pressure and they've done well to pull that one. They won't have enough. Ooh. Actually, they've got 6 seconds, sorry. Our timer here on the screen, slightly different.
Penalty pass or a penalty shot there? Oh, we've got on a penalty pass. It'll be a turn and shoot.
So half-time here at Nissan Arena, 31 QUT to USC Thunder 20. Ava, QUT absolutely took it away in that second quarter.
Yeah, they did. However, though, I do think Thunder definitely improved. I think they showed a little bit more court flow there. I think Chloe did make a difference too in that goal shooter position. And obviously with Binion and Annie up the front, they're doing a lot of work, and I think it will come in nicely. They just need to push out this next quarter and bring it home.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, a lot of pressure on Annie Laurie each week. She works with a new shooter pretty much every week. So that girl's doing very well, as was Bingham coming on there in the shooter. So a great effort from the USC Thunder. There's still plenty more left in the tank. We saw a lot of subs from them. So they've got good depth on the bench, but QUT are looking very classy today. Alicia Adams-Dahara particularly and Halida Veve are really just bringing their side, bringing the best out of their side. We can see Dakota Newsom there with some lollies, a bit of a halfway reward. So smiles on the faces of QUT, as they should. We'll be back in a few minutes after our messages from our sponsors.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Welcome back to Nissan Arena. We've got QUT taking on the USC Thunder. They're 11 ahead so far, a really strong second quarter from them. Ava, what do you think will happen for the second half of today's match?
I'm really hoping that Thunder will kind of put the foot on the pedal here and bring it back. I know how fast it can go. Scores can change within a few minutes, so I think it'll be really nice to see Thunder come through in this quarter. As well as it's great to see two debuts too for the Thunder with Bree and Tiffany taking the court.
Oh, absolutely. We said before, but there's so much depth in our Ruby competition, so it's great to see them coming onto the court here. We can see on the camera shot there, Binny and Hunt just discussing how things are going on the court. She's, of course, spent a fair bit of time in the Super Netball this year, so I'm certain that she'd have a lot of wisdom to bring to the team from that time. But Ava, before we get back to chatting Nettie, so you're from Toowoomba. You went to school there?
Yeah, I went to school at the Toowoomba Glennie School.
There we go.
From 7 to grade 12 there.
But of course you're out of home now at the Goldie, is that correct?
Yes, I'm living in this Bond University Sports House down there at Bond.
There we go.
Loving it, loving my roommates, loving it.
Beautiful. Are they also athletic scholarship students?
Yeah, they're both athletes. One of them is actually trialling for the Olympics in the swimming this week. So
wow, just casually.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's great in the
Oh,
house
goodness.
too. Very inspiring.
Yeah, of course. So I guess a lot of athletes in the same house, you'd all be training alongside each other.
Same focus.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, there we go. So we can see QUT ready to take the court. Riley Batcheldor there, she's had a cracking match. The whole QUT side have been really confident today.
Yeah, I think everything, they've just put it together. The error rate's really low. It's nice to see them transitioning really fast as well.
Absolutely. They're, of course, the newest team in our competition here, so probably the biggest challenge. Of course, the Mendy Rays too had last year off, so probably the two teams that have had the biggest challenge. But a few injuries for the Thunder as well, so they've had a bit of a rocky last few weeks with injuries. So, you know,
two
both
significant really players too, age-wise as well. A lot of maturity experience from Leah and Chloe. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's always tough when your captain is sidelined, and of course, yeah, Leah brings a lot of leadership to the court as well. But the player I'm looking at to step up this quarter is Binny and Hunt. You can see her there. Well, almost you can see her there. Warming up on court. She's the one I want to see step up. She's been in the Super. I feel like she's got the most leadership to give right now on this court. But speaking of leadership, Halida Veve in the first seconds of that second half, already with an intercept. How good has she been today?
Oh, Annie Laurie.
But like that, things can change, and
She says no to her leaders.
And there we go, USC Thunder. A great defensive effort from them today to work things back.
Great contest from Brianna Martin there.
Oh, and she'll get the ball for them. What a great job from the Ruby debutante.
Thunder really coming out with a lot more contests here. They need this quarter.
So it's a throw-in for QUT here. And a contact on Hunt. So QUT's transition today has been particularly fantastic to watch. They're a very entertaining team. A lot of great structure. An unfortunate miss for Bacheldor.
Just bounced out there.
Hit every side of the ring, but couldn't fall in. But this is the time for USC Thunder.
Transitioning looking a lot better there for Thunder down the court. Great double play from Annie.
Both QUT defenders trying to bring that in, but of course, no backup. So Chloe Bingham does well to put that one away. And here's Hunt. Oh, and a great shot from Chloe Bingham. She's done really well this game. Of course, had a fair few weeks off with injury, so to see her back on the court is great. And another one from Barnett. So
great turnover.
It's a change of momentum here from the Thunder. So Sienna Allen is out at goal defense. And Hunt moves it down to Laurie. Hunt's looking a little bit stuck. That's the second time she's passed off to Laurie, but patience pays off. And Chloe Bingham, again, a great shot.
Thunder will take the centre pass too.
So that's really good work from the Thunder. This is exactly what they need, just to stay steady, build off this momentum, and hopefully catch QUT a little off guard. Oh, and there we go. That's great teamwork there from Laurie and Bingham.
Good patience from Monique French there too in the front.
I think the move from Bingham was to move her back on court was certainly a good call from Jessica Whitford.
Annie Laurie, that'll be our second turnover in attack here.
So Kira Fitzgerald will take this throw in here for QUT. Of course, QUT won both sets of points.
Martin.
That's great hustle from Brianna Martin there. So Monique French is setting up there. There's a bit of push going on from Veve. Another penalty, so they've had time to settle here, but potentially what they need is that flow. So that's a fair few contact calls from QUT in the last few seconds. Probably need to keep it a little bit cleaner, but it's certainly making it hard for the Thunder. And there's Bingham's
loose pass there.
French works hard to pull it in.
You see they're afraid to give that over Nora there.
Yeah, she's certainly been a fierce keeper today. But Bingham, another really great shot from her. She's been really accurate under pressure today.
Thunder will take the centre pass too.
So the last 5, I believe, went to USC Thunder. But a contact against Hunt will give QUT the opportunity to turn things around. But
Brianna Martin, just great contest there in the wing defence position.
she's working so hard there, nothing to lose.
And that's the best thing about a debut.
Absolutely, and of course the matchup between her and Dakota Newson, 2 young players. Oh, good effort from Sienna Allen, but Batcheldor pulls that one in for QUT. So 32-26. It's a Mizuno momentum shift there for QUT. The last few, of course, went to the Thunder, but no doubt QUT will keep firing. Great patience from Dakota Newson.
Great feed, ball placement on that last ball.
So the Thunder with ball in hand, they'll be looking to get the pace going here. Good pull in from Laurie.
Ooh, a little bit of miscommunication there, but paid off.
I know they're both in the same place there, but it's gone their way.
They know each other too well.
Oh, and there's Barnett.
That's the best thing about Ash. She's not afraid to hunt.
Yeah, she's been a great impact player today, as has Bingham. And if she gets this, there we go, 28-33. So we're back within 5. We know that games can change just like that, and it's looking like this one is.
I see Gribble's come onto GK here.
She has. I think that's credit to Bingham. Of course, Lenora Misa is having an excellent game, so.
And she's coming onto goal defence. Yes, she's back on.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a bit unusual that she was coming off, given how well she's been playing. I don't believe she's played in the combination with Gribble as much this season, so.
Bit of a hand to the face there.
Batchelder, of course, just took that one with a smile. And finishes that one off really nicely. What a long distance shooter she is.
A little bit of hesitation, but wasn't needed.
So there's Bree Martin. She's been a really great addition to the side today. There we go. But she pulls in the scraps there. Again, helping out. So with Lily Gribble on, I'd say
great defense there.
Thunder might have to work a bit harder given Gribble's height. But it's looking good so far. So 30-34. We're back within 4, Ava.
Thunder need to keep pushing here, and QUT just need to keep their composure.
Certainly do. So I believe Thunder are winning this quarter. So they'll want the bonus
great
point.
hand in there, though. They're just struggling with that link there.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ava. You've been talking about the second phase and bringing it down from the wing area into the shooters. Once they make it to the shooters, they look flawless, as that does, but it's really that wing defense position that's been a bit difficult.
You can't fault Thunder's feeds at the moment. They've just got to get it down there.
Of course, Bree Martin has been a great change-up for the Thunder team, so I'd say she's partly to credit for this.
Yeah, I think
change
definitely
momentum.
Brianna Martin and Chloe Bingham. I think those two have really changed the momentum of the game.
Absolutely. You want your subs to make an impact, and they certainly are. So Keisha Grant comes on in the wing attack position, so that'll be a new challenge for Martin.
Great tip from Lily Gribble there.
A tall player, she's got great hands, so it's great work from QUT. So they're staying ahead here. 5 the difference, but I'd say they're not feeling as comfortable as they probably were before. Batchelor's shot dropped short, and she finishes it off with a second attempt.
Yeah, Thunder really need to push it out here and get some ball.
Yeah, the momentum for their side certainly changed the last few goals, but QUT are such a fierce competitor that... Oh, there we
Riley
go.
Bachelor.
What a shooter. She's putting the one up, of course. I believe that's just saying they want to be number one in the comp.
Yep, even at these really high pressure moments. To take a long shot.
So good to see from the young player. 19, I believe.
Yeah, Riley Bachelor should be 18, 19.
Of course, a Firebirds training partner, so a lot of potential for that young player. Great work from Danielle Taylor there. Hunt's looking a little tender on the feet there.
Yeah, I think she copped a bit of a hit there in the air.
Oh, and there's me. Got a bit excited there, I think.
Really need to see Thunder stay composed here and get this a goal.
Yeah, they've had a lot of brilliant moments today. I think it's just about that consistency for them. And really maintaining possession on their own centre passes as well.
I think the pressure of Lily Gribble too coming through in that goalkeeper position has really put the shooters off a bit.
Absolutely, and with these rolling subs, there's new challenges more often than ever. Of course, every time a new combination comes on, it's something fresh and new for the team to fight up against. So QUT centre pass now. They're back to 8 away, so...
I love Nora's confidence in that ball straight down.
She's a great feeder down the court, and Bachelor has just stepped up in this third quarter. She saw her team getting trailed narrowly by the Thunder and just is putting it away for them.
It's a great centre pass from the Thunder there.
And a really good job from Bingham, who's been really accurate despite all the pressure today. So that's a Mizuno momentum shift for the Thunder. Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors, HART Sport, Legassic, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade, Bondi Vite and Strap It. And our broadcast today is brought to you by Double Take Sports. Gina and the team, as always, are here today. We're live at Nissan Arena, home of the Queensland Firebirds. And speaking of Firebirds, they'll be taking on the Lightning in tomorrow and Sunday. Of course, Binney and Hunt, wing attack for the Thunder right now, has been stepping up and playing for them in the last few weeks, so it's certainly showing on court.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see these players come back into this league every now and then.
Absolutely, and if you're sticking around for the game after this, there's a big name that is potentially taking court for the Mendy Rays, so I can guarantee you'll want to stick around for that one.
QUT are really giving everything in this defensive effort from the attack and the defense here.
Yeah, look, I can say right now, picking best on court at the end of the game is going to be certainly hard. Both teams across the court have just really stepped up in this game.
I think QUT tend to use that long ball right to the top of the circle, so it wouldn't be nice if we saw a Thunder defense come out and pick that up. It's quite high too.
So would you say that's the challenge for Sienna Allen right now?
Yeah, I'd say between Barnett and Sienna to pick up, whether that's a goalkeeper or a goal defence, have a look at that nice long ball straight to the top of the circle. You know, you only have to do one of those, the defenders in mid-court won't throw it again.
Yeah, of course. And I think potentially Sienna Allen and Ashley Barnett are probably both goalkeepers, I'd say. Of course, Leah Woolno is their go-to goal defence, so her speed, especially as you're talking about getting it on those long ball, it's probably a little bit missed right now.
Yeah, just not afraid to take it. And QUT would be doing a great job with their positioning, holding that space there, not allowing it to happen.
So QUT transition again. They're back up to 9 away. So the Thunder, they brought it to within 4. I thought the momentum would have carried them on a bit further.
Yeah, it was nice to see the intensity pick up. I think it's fading a little bit now, but I think we will definitely see patches in a few minutes.
Yeah, it's interesting watching a game like this, kind of ebbs and flows, but you can see that the Thunder have everything there to make it happen. I think right now QUT are just playing more consistently.
Great hands over from Halida there.
Of course. And look, I think as well, Halida and some of their main players, key players are just stepping up right now. You know, that's exactly what you want out of your captain, is to kind of set the example for the team. Do your job, but also just do more, and she's doing both right now.
Yeah, it's pretty easy if your captain's stepping up for everyone else in the team to lift.
So, Adams Dahara, she's got both out of play finally.
Obviously, Thunder are missing that with their captain, Chloe, off, so they really need someone to stand up here. And
Ash Barnett has a good crack at it, but there we go. End of the third quarter here. So QUT 45 to Thunder 34. Ava, I really thought the Thunder were going to take that quarter there, but QUT just came back.
yeah, I as well. I think that's a bit more experience and coming from the QUT. They really said no to their momentum, so it was nice to see them push out.
They did, and look, that's great stuff from them, of course, heading into finals in the next couple of weeks. To be able to have a team creep up on you like that, put a bit of pressure on you, but to stay calm and push it out to 11. So that'll set them up really nicely for that fourth quarter. We'll, of course, be back in a few moments after a message from our sponsors. So welcome back to round 8 of the HART Sapphire series. This is, of course, the Courier Mail match of the round, and what a match it's been so far. QUT 45 to USC Thunder 34. So Ava, we're seeing two pretty different team circles right now. QUT are looking pretty relaxed. You can see them on camera now. There's a bit of chatter going on. Paul is kind of directing them, but they're not looking too stressed, whereas the Thunder on the other side looking a little bit more tense. Obviously, they are down by 11.
Yeah, I would say QUT are playing exactly how they feel, very composed. They have got the lead, so they've got a bit more confidence, and I think Thunder really need to come out with some hunger here. They really need a hustle for these last 15 minutes and try and get some ball.
Absolutely. And look, they've got all the athletes there, all the right ingredients, and we've seen glimpses of brilliance. Of course, they came within 4 just in that last quarter. We were both saying we thought that the Thunder would take out that quarter, but it's, of course, credit to QUT and Paula Stewart for remaining calm. I know they talk a lot about team culture, and you can see there on camera that they are really looking like a tight-knit family. So perhaps, they've had a bit more of a consistent roster than the USC Thunder. Of course, Hunt was up with the Lightning, a few different injuries, new shooters, some players from the Ruby. So, you know what, maybe it's that mental side of the game that's making the difference right now.
That is one thing I have noticed with QUT is Paula does really well with creating that culture, and, when times get rough and, the girls go down, they just pull it together. They're so close.
So,
USC
Thunder,
call.
yeah. An early error in this quarter. Not what they'll be wanting to see.
Oh, Binny and
great
work. Oh, hard luck.
Great defensive work from Binny and Hunt. She's one that I've called on to really push the girls, and she definitely has been. A great, strong player. And there's Adams Dahara, speaking of strong players.
Yeah, I think with Adams, the defenders may need to mix something up here, whether that's a double team, but I suppose Riley Batchelor is just so strong in the front there.
Oh, and Halida Veve can't pull that one in. So the Thunder will have another crack at it. It's a huge cover over every ball right now from QUT.
double.
Yeah, Lenora Misa, how good has she been today?
Yeah, she's been excellent, especially with bringing the ball out as well. QT have that really nice long ball that cuts half the court out.
So a miss from Bacheldor, but I dare say she won't make any mistakes. She'll get the throw in here. 2 misses, unusual for Bacheldor, but the good thing about her is that she works really hard even when she misses, so she never stops fighting.
Yeah, I'm lucky for Ash Barnett there to have that ball slip.
And there we go. 3rd time lucky, and Bacheldor puts that away for her side. So 47-34. QUT have really taken it away in the last few moments. So Brianna Martin, the debutante, moves it down for the Thunder.
Oh, Nora, she's got every hand in the ball there.
She is such a fearless defender for the QUT side.
Ooh, tough call there.
I think something I noticed in the QUT side is how much passion each player plays with. Stuff like that, like
So much flair, so much intensity.
I swear you can't teach that.
No, and it's, as much as, you know, they shouldn't be a predictable side, they are, unpredictable side. They so are unpredictable.
Yep.
You know,
Ooh, a late contest from Barnett. Bacheldor is a very strong player, so she's lucky to not have come away with that injured. But look, in terms of contests, we want to see the girls have a crack, but a late contest like that is just a bit dangerous for me.
yeah, I think Riley Bacheldor too, having an injury in the past, that would have shaken her a bit.
Yeah, and given the injuries we've seen in the last few weeks, look, I've got to say, just keep it clean.
Yeah, honestly.
Of course, Barnett by no means meant to do that, but
Yeah, it's hard, hey, that
Yeah.
fine line between contest every ball, but where is too much, too much.
And there we go. Bacheldor stays calm after a big hit. So Monique French and Laurie moving it down side by side. Hunt stays calm. And an air ball over.
A bit unusual for any Laurie. I'd say with the defensive pressure though is there she goes, turns it back over.
And another ball out. So again, like, we're seeing moments of brilliance from the Thunder, but I'm just not seeing that same level of composure from them. That calmness.
I think defensive effort from both teams is phenomenal. It's just QT are doing so much better at composing and taking care of every pass.
And Brianna Martin's working really hard in that wing defense position there. Adam Stahara under the post, puts another one in. So that's 50 for QUT. Last time they won by 9, but of course their second matchup is looking pretty different. This team from round 1 have been improving so much week in, week out. They, of course, have a lot of great players, but being the newest team, it was always going to be a tougher start for this side.
We've got a change of positions here for the goal attack for Thunder. I see Eddie Laurie's gone to the bench. Georgia Hernan is back in goal attack.
So let's see if Hernan can make an impact here. And that's a timeout to the USC Thunder. They're trailing by 15 here. It's quite a lot with 10 minutes to go, so I guess I'll just be setting back, settling down.
Yeah, I'd be focusing if I was Thunder on taking through this quarter. 15 is a lot, but I suppose 10 minutes is also a lot of time. So
Certainly is. Let's see what they're saying here.
So again, free turnover opportunities early. Got to reward it down that end. I just staying calm there. Using as soon as Minnow uses that fake, remember they're going for everything first ball pressure. So put the fake in, all of you down there. All the way down, we can use it if you feel like they're running at it, and then to open up the space. Yep, I've got G now. He's going to be doing the work. I'm really that strong target, using that front hold, and G's going to open up around you and be that third midi as well down the middle to help bring it down. Shoot it. Okay? We're getting the turnovers by doing the cherish them. By doing the simple things and not going back into those old habits of long. Okay? Give Liddy the line again with the ball if you want to change it. I just don't want you both to turn over.
So Ava Black you're my netty expert today. What do you make of that team talk there for the Thunder?
Yeah, I think that was really great composure too from Jessica towards the team, but also a bit of words of step up now. We need to fight for this last quarter.
Yeah, a great coach there, and you know, to tell the team to step up, but also know that they can do it, and it's just about supporting them through that.
Just look a little frazzled there for Thunder when they don't need to be.
And QUT, such a quick transition from them each time. They're hard to catch up with.
They're very dominant on attack.
Oh, and a good pull-in. Unfortunately, it goes out. Barnett puts it off to Allen. He'll swing it down to Martin. A quick feed off from her. Hernan goes across to French and into Bingham.
It's great play from Thunder there.
It was, and they maintained a lot of speed throughout that, which definitely helps them. So here's French, goes to Hunt. Georgia Hernan cuts in front, Rebel with the contact, so she'll feed off to Bingham. And puts that away. So already 2 goals from the Thunder there. So they can certainly do this. It's just about maintaining that momentum for them.
Yeah, every ball and every play needs to really be hard on defence here. Man on. Forced errors, like that.
Yeah, a forced error. That is exactly what the Thunder need right now. So we've got 9 minutes to play, 37-51. The quarter could absolutely be theirs though. And this will put Veve out of play here. So if I were the Thunder, I'd be taking this and just going. Oh, and a good little front movement from Hernan. Passes it off to Chloe Bingham, who's been really steady under the post today.
Yeah, she's really stood up in that goal shooter position.
She certainly has, so I'm hoping we'll see her as a more consistent goal shooter for the Thunder now. I think consistency is something that they'll absolutely need in the coming weeks. If they want to make finals, they'll need to have a solid 7. So Hunt puts it across to Bingham. And just as I'm
Great
talking
shot.
about steadiness, Bingham puts another one away. So Danielle Taylor takes the court there in goal defence. So Ava, I'm talking a lot about momentum for the Thunder. So as a team, how do you build that consistency and staying composed under pressure moments?
Well, a lot of the momentum comes from lots of intensity, and really it's got to come from every player. Or as we've seen from Brianna, a debut is nearly your perfect example of someone to start momentum. Bit of flair, bit of spice, but yeah, keeping that is the main thing. You know, we all talk about getting the ball, but keeping the ball and shooting the ball is one that QUT are doing great on top of.
Absolutely, and we've spoken about their unpredictability. You know, they're consistent, but in a really, I love the word you just used then, spice.
Yeah, spice. I do think that
spice.
is the word for QUT in a way.
Yeah.
It's so much flair from each player on the court.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong, I love watching the Thunder attacking end as well. Between Binny and Annie and Chloe. There's your flair there.
So Chloe Bingham put another one up from long distance. Oh. She works hard on the rebound. Danielle Taylor didn't quite have 2 hands on it, I think, so.
Yeah, credit to Georgia there. That was a great strong pull. Well done, Brianna.
Yeah, great work from the debutante. I tell you, these Ruby girls just come on, nothing to lose, and they just play their heart out. They must be just absolutely exhausted after this, because Brianna Martin has just been all over the place. In the best way.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's been great this game.
So Taylor moves back to Misa. Georgia Hernan almost picks up the scraps, but obstruction from Bingham.
The Thunder have really got to put some pressure on here and cut off QUT's drives. Oh, close on there.
So 53-40 now. The margin is 13. So Thunder is still winning this quarter by 2. So if they can come away with the bonus points here, that'll be really important for them. course, they are in that 4th place position on the ladder.
Called an offside call there to Thunder. Or a stepping call, actually.
So, Ava, if USC Thunder loses to QUT today, and of course your team wins, that would put your team in 4th position. Of course, 4th is the minimum to make finals. How's your team feeling about that?
Yeah, well, we're really excited for this next game coming up against Tigers. It's going to be a really tough game. It really is going to be the full 60 minutes of hard defence and hard attack. But, yeah, after this game, if we can pull a win, that'd be nice to sit in 4th. You know, finals.
Definitely. And 4th is
very achievable for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about matchups. Who are you usually against in the Tigers team?
Yeah, so with the Tigers, I'm usually sitting in the centre wing defence at the moment, actually, and crossing in the wing attack.
I know, you play everywhere, don't you?
So
probably see you in shooter in a few minutes.
Yeah. No, that's probably the one position I would never touch.
There we go.
But yeah, I think one of the main assets, I think, for Tigers too is their new GS they've brought in from New Zealand. We're watching her play for our Queensland 19s when we played against them, and she was definitely a highlight one to look out for.
Which GS is this we're speaking of? Is this
I think it was Abigail Latu. Yeah, between her and Amy Somerville.
Oh, it's a tough shooting end.
Yeah. I think also excitingly for us, we do have Kristen Oxenford back with us for this match. She was our captain and 100th game player from last year.
100 games, that's pretty epic.
An ex-Firebird, so it'll be really nice to have her back on court today.
Oh, of course, and there's so much to learn from all of our ex-Super Netball girls. We've got quite a few on court throughout the entire competition, so...
Yeah, I think being a really developing side, it'll be nice to have some maturity experience back in there, in that mid-court especially.
Absolutely. But yes, you're exactly right. Abigail Latu-Miafar will be starting in that goal shooter position. And of course, she's played in the ANZ Championships and the Super Netball at various times, as is Amy Somerville. So, yeah, that shooting end will be pretty difficult, but I'm assuming you'll be doing everything you can in that wing defence centre role to prevent the fire from them. So QUT have worked hard. They're 55 to USC Thunder 41. Dakota Newsom is back on court here in the wing attack. And there's Adams Tahara with another one. So 56.
Been incredibly strong there. Great top of the circle cut there from Dakota.
Yeah, she has almost one of the most casual holds in that, you know, she waits till that last second.
Yeah,
so it almost looks like, it almost looks like she's not going anywhere. And then, of course, pops out those long arms and, yeah, she's so good at that hold there. Very difficult.
Very easy to feed, I would imagine, too. You know?
Yeah.
It's very easy to see where the ball needs to be placed.
And a good shot from Bingham. She's been a great asset for the Thunder today. Really accurate under the post.
I see there's a positional swap between the GK and the GD there. Ash Barnett was up high.
Yeah,
told
so
the GD to go back.
Yeah, Barnett have been changing up a little bit today. And of course, Sopalimalama Tuitama Alsop is back on court here. That's of course QUT's Samoan player. And unfortunately her uncle passed away this week, so we're definitely thinking of her family in Samoa there.
Yeah, credit to Sopo for coming out here and still giving it everything today and playing.
Oh, of course. Look, it's tough playing every week, but especially in those tough family moments, to come out and court and support your team and get on court is just a huge credit.
QUT flying down the court here.
I know, one of the fastest teams there. And Sopo's working really nicely with Newson here.
Great hands in there by Ash Barnett.
Yeah, it looked to me like Barnett had first hands on it, but Sopo came away with the ball, and Adams Tahara, like always, just puts that away. Easy done.
Keisha on here in centre. Swap from the leader.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of changes in QUT's side, but you almost wouldn't tell by the way they're playing. I think each combination, they really know how each other play, so when they make those changes, it doesn't look like a huge change.
Interestingly enough as well, Lily Gribble's gone to wing defence.
Yeah, wing
these
defense.
last few minutes.
Don't often see her there.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't go past her arms and
No.
footwork. Putting that extra pressure on that feed going in would be extremely handy.
So it's great to see from QUT's perspective how much diversity they've got across the team. And Newson pops that one in to Sopalimalama. And she'll flick that little one in. Good shot from her coming in late in the game. So 30 seconds to go here. First game of the day at Nissan Arena. USC Thunder, they've got 30 seconds now on our clock to see if they can get one more. And Bingham holds steady.
Double jump on, yeah, great work, Chloe, to get that in.
A lot of pressure there from QUT. They've got 14 seconds, so they'll be flying down court, even more so than usual. Oh, what a feed from Grant there.
The speed on the pass.
My goodness. So many standouts on court right now, but there we go. So QUT 62, they've taken out the USC Thunder 43. Look, it was a game of momentum, but QUT was just so consistent across that 60 minutes. Ava, let's talk players of the match. QUT obviously took the one. Who was a standout for you today?
Oh, QUT, honestly, I would go between the three if I'd have to pick, and that would be between Helena, Riley, and Alicia in that GS. I think that whole attacking side and the turnovers from Helena. But then again, you've got Nora and Danielle.
I was about to say Lenora
coming out with all those. Yeah, I couldn't pick, to be honest. I think the whole QUT side honestly was phenomenal.
A big credit to their team culture. In today's match and across the season, it's been awesome, but you can tell they're absolutely really coming into their own now, so a huge credit to them. For the Thunder, standout for me was Brianna Martin, the debutante.
Completely agree,
Yeah, she just came out firing. She didn't drop her head either. You know, she had a few different players to play against from a really strong QUT side, but I think she worked really well.
Absolute mongrel in wing defence. That was good to watch. And Chloe Bingham, obviously nice and strong there in the back.
Absolutely. So two of our players we haven't seen on court as much this season, but standout games for them. So there we go. QUT take the win. So that'll put them nicely into third position. So Ava up later.